Right, well, hello everybody. I'm Mark. This is Maximum Effort Art, an art studio in Southport. Primarily, we're a kids club. We do an after school club, teaching kids all different aspects of art and things like that. I run it by myself. When the kids are here and I'm not at school teaching, I try my hand at all different kinds of things. What we're doing more recently is making hoodies, trying to get a brand off the ground. But I figured it'd be fun to try and capture everything as we go along. Just record it, see where I'm getting it right, see where I'm getting it wrong. Try not to make an idiot of myself. I'm also staying off the camera as much as I can, facially anyway, because a couple of reasons. First off, I've just butchered a massive spot on my head and I don't want anybody pointing that out. I don't want it on camera. And also because I've got a wonky eye and I don't want all the comments filled up with people telling me I've got a wonky eye, because I know, I've just told you that. Also, I grew up in a house with 3 brothers, and so I've heard all the jokes, and to be fair, my brothers are probably funnier than most of you guys, so that'll be that. So what I'm doing today is we're going to ice dye a couple of hoodies that we're still messing with the process, still trying the process, seeing what we can do with it, what we can't do with it, and how well they come out. So what I've already done, if I move some chairs out of the way, try not to make a big noise, I've already soaked 3 hoodies. One of them is already pre-dyed. That's because my fiance wants hers redoing, so we're going to redo Kate's hoodie, and we're going to do 2 brand new white hoodies. Kind of playing with it as I go along. I haven't really got a plan in mind for these hoodies other than a colourway, which apparently this season's colours. I'm not much of a fashionista, but I have googled what colours are in fashion this year, so we're going to be working with a bit of I think purple and greens, or I might even just go blue and forget the fashion stuff. So the hoodies have all been pre-soaked in soda ash, which is just a white powder basically. I don't really know the science behind it, but apparently it helps the dye bind to the hoodie better than just dyeing the material. So I do it because I've read it on YouTube and Google and things like that. So I've soaked the hoodies, I put them in the washing machine to spin them off, and from there we're just going to kind of scrunch them up a bit in one of these baskets. I know what that says on the side. I promise you I found it, it's not stolen. Found it in a river or a canal or something like that, and I was thinking of the polar bears, so I saved it. These baskets are going into these tubs on wooden blocks, so as the ice drips through with the dye, the hoodie isn't sat in the mess at the bottom, so it'll all drain through for the most part, I hope. Like I said, we're still playing with this. I'm still getting annoyed at some of the results, but we're getting there. It's becoming fun to do, and the brand will be available. Well, we're going to start selling the hoodies. Me and a friend of mine, this is our brainchild. He's currently at work. He's forgot what I was going to say, stumped myself. Yeah, so we're very much in the infancy of this project, and the brand is going to be called M13 because that's where we're both from. I promise you it'll be a bit more exciting than this, and I know I bet as we go on and as I'm making more videos, I will give you a tour of the studio. It's not really loads to sing and dance about, but it's a great little space for doing what we do. And yeah, I've got a great toy collection as well because I'm a massive child. So actually I need another tub, I need somewhere to... I'll tell you what, we'll do the first 2 first. We'll get these ones in. It's handy having a washing machine on site, I'll give you that. Right, so I've done just to, my best is just to kind of flick it out and put it into the basket, and then just kind of scrunch it up. I've seen people do this 1,000 different ways on YouTube. I'm still trying to work out one that's best for me. Drop that. Keep the basket on an angle, that way all the ice stays at this end on top of the hoodie where you want it. So kind of scrunch your hoodie up any way you want. Try and make some high bits and some dips. There is a name for that, like high scrunch technique or something like that. But we're not there yet. I've not been doing this long enough to know the names of the techniques and other stuff like that. But it's just something fun that hopefully can take off. This is Kate's pre-worn one. It was dyed ages ago using a completely different technique and just like kids dyes really. That's why it's brown and gone beige, so it's faded a little bit. So we need to put some more colour back into that, which we'll do later on. So we're going to get the other hoodie in and just kind of scrunch that up any old way. Not any old way, try and make some kind of order of it. Like I said, high bits, low bits. Just so when the dye runs through, it creates this pattern, and it's kind of like a watercolour technique. It's kind of a watercolour pattern, but you know, we'll get what we get. We're still playing with it. It's still fun. Right, so that's just. It just looks like I've just pushed them in there, but there was some kind of rhyme and reason to it. I am still wary of using these blocks that we've used before, because there might still be dye soaked into the wood, and the dyes are lethal. As soon as the water touches them, they come back to life. So one bit of dye anywhere else can kind of upset an entire colourway, which is what I'm trying to avoid. I want these, but without kind of sterilising everything after each go, you run the risk of it. But I suppose that's part of the charm of doing these dye kind of things. So, right, that said, we're all set for some ice, really. Just using bags of ice that we bought from the shop. That one's wide open, so great, thanks for that. I just pour it in on top of the hoodie. I mean, you can spend your time trying to place this stuff, but it's ice, slipper, it's going to fall off, it's going to do what it wants. As long as the majority of it is on top of the hoodie, it's going to do what you want. So this is why we've got the drainage, well, the drainage system, make it sound fancy, don't I? It's just, this is why I've got it on the wooden stilts. So when that ice melts through the hoodie, the colour just gets left in the hoodie and it doesn't end up sat in a puddle of like dirty, like mixed up colour at the bottom. Do you remember when you was a kid and you used to roll all your plasticine up and it goes that smelly, horrible brown green colour? That's what we don't want the hoodie sat in. Want the dye version, not plasticine. And same again, this time over the hoodie.